Miracles used to be quite favored, like really quite favored against Elves, like back in the day when they had top and everything. But with Top Gun, like they became much more like of an actual grindy-ish deck. And actually, let me think. By the way, let's not screw this up. So yeah, I think Elves, unless Miracles has some like humility tech or something, is behind against Elves. Oh, Stoneforge. Oh yeah, of course it's Stoneforge. Oh, Birchlaw's a great draw here. Gives us so much mana. Basically, Birchlaw means that all of our 1-drops are free now. When I went to Beijing, I actually thought that Stefano was Eric Landon. Because one of Eric's fake accounts is like Stefano Cheers, but he spelled it a little differently, but it almost looks the same. So when I saw him play, I was like, dude, you are Stefano? He's like, yeah, sure. And then like, but he told me after a couple seconds that he was not. But he could have actually like tried to convince me. Oh, I like the song. One mana. Okay, actually, I hate doing math. I should have probably played the Bayou because that gives me 2 Quirion range activations, which would have allowed me to get Visionary, which is like all I want. There's one thing man want, and it's... How does the meme go? Like, there's one thing man want, and it's really dirty or something. So 1 mana, 2 mana, bounce this guy, untap this guy, 1 mana, 2 mana... Nah, I couldn't have done it anyway. Okay, let's just do something crazy next turn. You can have my list. Oh, you're talking to Stefano. Oh, I just, like, for a second I thought somebody wanted my list. I was like, oh, yes, you can be Mrs. List. You're actually playing Soothsaying? That's... I like it. When people do crazy things, I like it. Man, they're probably singing Portuguese, right? Romario can probably translate what they're saying. Oh, we naturally drew it. We are blessed. Never didn't have it. You know, I should actually not be this confident in what I'm doing because if my opponent has like... Okay. Okay, now we're actually blessed. I was like, if my opponent has like Swords of Plowshares on the next turn and I don't draw an additional viable symbiote, then I'm in trouble. Well, guess what I drew? All the mana, all the cards. You know what Elves actually needs? I just got the perfect card to print for Elves. I literally just... I just came up with the perfect card to print for Elves. Fast Bond, but on a creature. Fast Bond, but on a creature. And it's an Elf. 1 mana. Damn GG! You're 5 months in a row. You're 1 month away from getting that sweet 6-month Phyrexian mana emote. Thanks for your support, man. And Taro Adun. Yeah, it's soon gonna be half a year. Keep it. Thanks, man. I'm really happy that you guys like did stick with me despite me being gone for a month when I was like traveling and like taking care of a lot of stuff in real life. Also, I guess I can say it on stream. I felt awkward about posting it, but like at the place I work, I guess they call it the workplace, I got a very substantial... Okay, I'm gonna say it, raise. I guess my coworkers are not watching, even if they are, like, why would they care? So yeah, I got a really substantial raise that actually makes it so that I don't have to worry too much. Not in the sense that like I'm rich, but I think in the past I actually worried quite a bit about money. And I just like really felt like sharing that, but I didn't want to post the exact thing on Twitter. But like now that I've talked about like being gone for a month, I was like traveling and taking care of stuff for work and stuff. Like part of that is that I actually ended up securing that raise, and that actually like it's the first one I ever got. Like I started working too many years ago and I never got one, and then I actually like yeah. So you got there, and like it's still gonna take a couple of months because yeah. But yeah, that actually helped out a lot, and actually also like makes me feel more easy about streaming, because sometimes you feel like maybe I should take care of something else, and I still do, because that's not like I guess I can say that like my boss probably knows that this is not where I will spend the rest of my life, I've got other things I wanna work on, but yeah, for now, like, there's a lot of stress taken off my shoulders, and that feels good. Oh, that's the translation? Resmaster? It's actually not very deep. I thought it might be a little bit deeper. Goblin Settler, but an elf. Yeah, yeah! And Reach! Goblin Settler, Elf, Reach, something like that. And it comes into play with, like, I don't know. Draw 2 cards. Is he typing? No. I always feel bad when I'm not responding to people while I'm streaming, but like... Fatality. But if I type, like, I trigger all kinds of events, like... You see? See? So I probably shouldn't type. But yeah, fast bond, but on a creature. That could be like the next big thing. Turn off auto yields. It's probably for the better. It must feel bad if like your best play is like equip jitter and attack when you know it's not gonna work, but it's still like at least makes him bounce something. Mystic, are you bullshitting me? Oh! Oh, this card, that's annoying. I think we're still gonna bounce this guy. Is it a girl or a guy? Lasco, how's it going? Yes, I've been gone for over a month, but now I'm back. Traveled to Kenya, traveled to China, got pretty sick. Now I'm... Oh, well, actually, I was hoping that we actually could do something crazy, but... I mean, this is already kind of crazy, is it not? Then wire with symbiote, yeah, makes sense. But what our opponent did not know, and neither did we have like a special weapon. It's called Kraterhoof Behemoth. Has arrived. Fatality. We got there. We must construct additional pylons. Why would I construct additional pylons? Here you go. Did you know that in StarCraft 1, actually I guess it works in StarCraft 2 as well. If you're in StarCraft 1, if you get a Dark Archon, and you steal one of your opponent's workers, and you build a command center or like a hatchery or like a nexus or something, you actually get 200 more supply, which is pretty badass. Oh, we're playing against Orym. Is Orym still on Dredge? Orym plays Dredge like all the time, right? And we got a pretty good hand against Dredge. Let's do this. Yes, 5-0 and 10-0 in the last league. Orym Sithlord, yeah. That's what they call him. Like the abuse. Let's defeat the Sithlord. Come on, be on Dredge, be on Dredge. You know what would be nice? If you drew a 1-mana elf, then you could actually scavenging moves for 1 next turn. Okay, be on Dredge, but don't have like a crazy thing to do. Fuck! This is good. Fuck, we need a 1-mana elf, and I think that's not even gonna do it. Dude! Why are you on Dredge? Oh, we drew a 1-mana elf. Okay, another 1-mana elf would have been nice, but... So actually what happens if we play Wild Symbiote and bounce this onto this? No, that doesn't work. So we have to get Scavenging Ooze. But now we have to actually like survive. Okay, what do we take here? He's out of cards. Next turn he's just gonna draw for Dredge for 6. So he's got Icarid. What is coming back? Icarid, 2 Icarids. Okay, he didn't let any guys, that's good. So next turn he's gonna have 2 Icarids and how many bridges? 1 bridge, 2 bridge, 3 bridge. So he can turn 1 Icarid into 3 tokens. Does he have Dredge Return? Dredge Return. I'm not seeing any. Does anybody see any Dredge Return? Sorry if I'm not following chat. Let me figure this out first. Okay, so I think we want to take the Icarus, because if you take a Bridge, he gets to like 4 tokens on 2 flashbacks. But if you take an Icarus, he only gets to like 3. I think it's... Icarus. And now if we get to untap, I think the game is ours. Songwriter is Swedish. English wasn't that good. Hit me one more time isn't great. I'm not even sure, honestly, I'm not even sure what like this... Oh, you're talking about the Britney Spears song? I'm not even sure what is actually about. Like, what is it supposed, like, hit me one more time? Like, when I listened to it, like, in the late 90s, I thought it actually meant, like, being hit, but I realized that was probably, like, stupid. Oh, did he actually... Oh, did he draw for his turn? Oh, he drew for his turn and got a land? Please don't have, like... I don't know, try to return for something meaningful. Oh, he's gonna make a bunch of tokens. I think we can beat a bunch of tokens. But if he takes the Wild Symbiote, that's a problem. Him taking the Wild Symbiote is kind of a problem, but we can make the Scavenging Ooze really big. He missed. Probably meant something, it doesn't matter. Nikos, I'm pretty sure it's not. I've seen some enchantments where I was like, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna suggest them. I'm not sure what the one you mentioned did, but there's a good chance that's actually the one I was thinking about when I was like, oh, I hope people won't suggest this, but I could be wrong. Yeah, hit me up makes sense. Hit me one more time. So she was like, hit me up one more time? Okay, I can see that. Okay, so can we actually deck the opponent? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I think we probably should like hit Icarus and Bridges. It's not really doing much else. Actually, maybe we should make sure not to die. Maybe life gain is important. Bridges actually aren't important at all right now. We can always remove them later on. Maybe we should really just like try to gain life. Are there any other relevant creatures? Maybe black creatures? Yeah. I really feel like I just want to gain life here. Planeswalker Dredge. I can see taking out... I'm not even sure what I want to take out. Maybe even a Violet Symbiote. I'm trying to justify like these, but they're probably not worth it. Let's just ship this. We don't have a lot for the matchup. We really don't. I hope he doesn't have Firestorms. Does anybody like remember one of his more recent lists? Yeah, this could be a turn 2 kill. Actually, can it? Yeah, it can. Actually, it's close-ish to a turn 2 kill even. Oh no, no Dredger, okay. So yeah, this is... Next time we're gonna glimpse and then play all 3 Elves, and then like that gives us 3 draws to get really far. Opponent's still on the plan of trying to find Dredgers. Just hope he doesn't find... Like if he finds Firestorm plus a Dredger, that would be like pretty good for him. Actually, would it? Yeah, I guess it would. I hate that he didn't play anything, because now he can actually Firestorm on our turn, because for whatever reason, Firestorm is an instant. Somebody thought like that was a good idea to make it like an instant. Okay, opponent F6'd. You know what time it is. I'm sorry, I thought I could actually show you like a pretty decent glimpse chain. But our opponent conceded. I guess rightfully so. 2-0. Okay.
Double kill.
6-0 for the night. Slowly getting the hang of it. This deck, I think it could actually be pretty good. Elves, huh? Atom Confirmer. Oh, by the way, I made this full screen. I should do that so I can see it in the chat. Oh, how do I turn this off? Atom Confirmer. Oh, because I pressed F11. Thanks for your support. Thanks for joining Glimpse Chain tonight. You get the sweet emote. You become one of the Glimpse Chain members. You are extending the Glimpse Chain to 4 by now. How did we win the first game? We blocked, and then we blocked again, and then we blocked again, and then we untapped and killed him with Natural Order. He had 12 tokens that he sent in. Actually, he had to keep one back because Ooze was like pretty big. But yeah, Ooze blocked, and then some heroic martyr elves threw themselves under the zombie bus. Actually taking out the zombie bus in the process. And then we were like, actually, let's keep this creature, because if we draw natural order, we win the game. So yeah, you can actually subscribe using Twitch Prime. I forgot that, like, I keep telling my girlfriend about that she can do that, but she tells me actually doesn't work. Like, that you can only like do it once, but I think you can actually do it each month, but I could be wrong, because I've been doing it each month when I had Twitch Prime, subscribing to people. Magic Online is like, I don't know what to throw at you. There's no opponents left. Maybe I jinxed it. Maybe now we're gonna get some show and tell guy. If she only has a student account, well, she shouldn't have a student account anymore, but maybe she's cheating. Like, cheating the system. Oh yeah, I think I kind of remember that. I felt like the only way I could lose is if you played main deck Toxic Deluge. Like, there's no other way I could lose, so that's why I named it. In the second game, it's like, it's much harder. In the second game, there's so many things they can have. Like, basically, you can name Sorcery, you can name Instant, or you can name Planeswalker. Those are all 3 things that can get rid of the Archon. We're on the draw. I don't like being on the draw. Hey, thanks for the follow. Evox are certainly strong. Oh, Glimmerpost, go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's glimpse them out. Good games. You probably ended up winning, right? You won the second and the third game. Like 4-color. Oh yeah, by the way, people were asking about bad matchups for Elves. 4-color Loam is a bad matchup. 4-color Loam, like, if they don't get Mox Diamond, I think it's actually quite okay for Elves. But if they do get Mox Diamond, it's really bad for Elves. Which means that on average, even though Mox Diamond hands are like less than 40% of the time, when they do get it, they are so good, they actually make up for it, that otherwise they're like even or even actually behind. That, yeah, I think overall the matchup is not in our favor. It's one of those matchups where I really feel like, oh shit. This sounds terrible, you'll probably win. That's the campaign I would run on if I was like trying to become the president of Legacy or something. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like I'm gonna win, even though I think I have a reasonable amount of outs. Opponent is like, all of you hand is shit, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna draw natural order for Archon, dude. That's how we do it. You probably should take the Glimpse though, because there's a chance, like I have Senate and Reclamation Sage, which will take out the Chalice. And if I do that, then the Glimpse is gonna wreck him. Didn't take the Glimpse, takes the Heritage Root. Maybe he gets punished. Not yet. Not yet, my friend. Eventually. The punishment is looming. Actually, if I do draw Rex Sage, I think I might even win the same turn. Yeah, there's a Smasher. Okay, smash me. Smashing. Sage one time, come on, do it. I think we got 2 draw steps unless he's got another Smasher. And a land. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, we could keep... Nah, I was like, we could keep this back in case he has another Smasher, then we can sacrifice it to the Thought Knots here. But that's not a game that we are winning anyway, because then we still need to top deck Rex Sage, and then we have like 2 mana. You hate it when there is no justice or now justice? Oh, he actually has the additional smash. Oh, we're getting smashed hard. Hey, Grim. How's it going? I hate it when there is no justice in the world. Kalisanda, I think? Is this the first time we have actually lost a game in 13 games? I like this. I like all of these. Maybe we should go back to 14 sideboard cards, you know? Then maybe Heritage Druid. Let's try something like this. I'm feeling better. Like, after I was traveling to Kenya and China, then like right around Christmas and like the weeks after Christmas, I felt really sick. Like, really, really sick. But now I bounced back. And like, a couple of great things happened in my life. And also like, really enjoying tonight's stream. We went 5-0, playing 61 cards in the main and 14 in the sideboard. I really just be like, actually, guys, I think that's the way to go. I think that's actually what you should do. Like, I ran the numbers. It actually works. Because in the matchups where you need this additional stability and like less variance, like where that counts, you go down to 60. But in the matchups where you need the extra tutors, you can go up to 61. The flexibility, it's amazing. I think more people should run 14 cards in the sideboard because it increases their flexibility. Don't clip this. 71 main, no sideboard. That almost sounds like a plan. I mean, come on, you guys know about David Tessé, the French legacy sensation, Elves legacy sensation, the guy who top-8'd a Bazaar of Moxen playing 60. He top-8'd a Bazaar of Moxen with like 400 players, playing 76 cards. Pause. In the main deck. 76 cards in the main deck. The guy is crazy. He top 8'd, then he lost to my friend on Belcher. David Tessé. Later on that year, GP Prague. He wins the last chance trial playing 82 cards in the main. 82 cards in the main. And he told me his dream. Like, he told me like it was actually like his big dream. Julian. Okay, apologies for the bad French accent. Julian. My dream. Oh god, it's so bad. Is to win a tournament with 100 cards in the main deck of Elves. And you know what? You know what's the very best part? Even when he played 82 cards in the Elves main deck. You know what was the best part? The very best part of that, he still only had enough room for 2 Heritage Druids and 2 Nettle Sentinels. Because Julian, I cannot find extra space. Okay. That's why he's such a legend to me. That's why he's like the biggest legacy legend to me at all. Hey Draxy, how's it going? Do we even like care about the... Oh man, I'm not even sure what our plan is. Our plan is probably to like... So we should deal damage. Yeah, let's deal the damage. Oh, we already have this one. I totally forgot. Oh, why are we even trying to deal the damage? No, that was... I guess it's okay. It's okay. You think he plays basic land? Maybe we take out the Cloud Post. I'm not sure. Maybe we just deal the damage. You know what? We're gonna deal the damage and we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do everything. Gonna get another one of those. You wanna post some clip? I don't know. I guess go ahead and post it. Sorry, I was confused. I had to tell the story about, you know, David Tessé, the greatest legend that has ever played Elves, and done well with it, done really well with it. I remember when he played at Milan. No, there was no MK Milan that year. I think Ovino Geddon or something. He played in Milan, and he got like the combo player was going off. And he was like, okay, I got you, Elfman, first game, there's nothing you can do, you got no surgical, no mindbreak traps, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And then David Tessé is like, fetch, Tropical Island, bounce it to my hand, days, it's a one-off. In his, I don't know which card. And he played blue, and he also played Coiling Oracle, and that was like the craziest thing you can do in a Glimpse turn. What's the big problem in a Glimpse turn? You can only play a lander turn. Like that's basically the big economic problem of Magic in general. You can only play one lander turn unless you're like Alex Bertuccini, but that's different. And so what David Tessé is like, he's like in his Elves combo turn, and he's really running out of mana, and I'm like, fuck, what is he gonna do? He has like Cradle in hand, but he can't play it because he already played a land. He's really running out of mana, and he's like, no problem. I play Brainstorm, I put Cradle on top, I play Carrying Oracle. Oh look, new Cradle, 10 mana, attack you, GG. Like, this guy, he's my favorite Elves player, I really wanna say. Just playing Lords and can't second plan. I think, you know, okay, so I do believe that there is a mid-range, dedicated mid-range Elves deck out there that plays like Goblins. Because Elves has more mana than Goblins, and it can bounce its String Leaders and play them back. I think there might actually be a wild Elves deck that plays Lords and card advantage, and it's probably shit, but playable. Hey Civil Librarian, how's it going? Oh, by the way, we found something to connect our Assassin's Trophy on. I think. Or do we Assassin's Trophy the Chalice and try to win on our turn? I guess it all depends on what we now draw for the turn. We can also draw... I was about to say we can also just like draw Cradle and get him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. That's what the German said. Yeah. Let's do this. We have 9 mana. Yes, 9 mana. It is very strong. You should have 9 mana more often in your mana pool.
Fatality.
No.
Finish him.
That's what we're doing. Bam, 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 bam. Do it. Krotahoof.
Carrier has arrived.
Carrier indeed has arrived. Yeah. Did we win the match or the game? No, we lost the first game. What the fuck? That plays opposition. I mean, that's the stack, right? MKM Strasbourg 2016. That guy who's actually pretty well known, but not for Legacy, and then came back. His name is probably Pierre or something. I don't remember. But he was in a feature match at some point, and I think I actually defeated him in the feature match. He was playing blue, basically bug opposition, I believe, or blue-green opposition. It was like a really sweet deck. I think at some point he was like 4-0 or something. Do we change anything? Nah, not really. The clip doesn't work here, sir. Sometimes clips don't work very well, but then later on they do work. Let's see. Okay, I would really like to win this one. This hand is okay. This is one of those, if nothing happens, I get turn 3 progenitors hands. By the way, why do we not have music? We need music in our life. Of course we need Aqua. Dr. Jones, what else would we want? Is there anything else you would want in your life? Other than Aqua and Dr. Jones? So I'm gonna play this girl. Because even though like I like this one better, in case I have Chalice next turn, this allows me to play Natural Order on the third turn, whereas this one doesn't if I play Chalice, so I'm gonna play this one. Yeah, Mo. That's exactly what he played. He also played, you know, he also played Garruk Wildspeaker as an additional, like, overrun effect. I think he just played the value card of Behemoth without natural orders. It really was more like a bug deck than Elves. Basically, it was like a bug deck that played the best friends team, like, as a draw engine. And then he had Garruk Wildspeaker because, like, after going +1 on Garruk, next turn he actually threatens the overrun effect. And if you play a bunch of, like, Calling Oracles, Visionaries, Baleful Strixes, all of those attack for 4, and that actually, like, gets there. Aqua is amazing. Dr. Jones, get up now. So the problem, so you know what the problem here is? The problem is if he plays Thoughtnuts here, then we need to top deck another natural order. But if he doesn't play Thoughtnuts here and just plays like crap, then we can get Progenitors. If he does get Thoughtnuts here, then we have to fetch a Bayou and probably take out the Chalice. And then we are still like in a decent spot. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. I want you by my side and I hope you miss me too. Come back and stay. I think about you every day. I really want you to. Oh, he actually has the basic. The waste. The basic waste. Basic waste sounds like a concept that we should fight. United Nations just introduced a new program to fight basic waste. I think everything should be basic forest. Also note how this hasn't been edited. You know, I edited all of the basic lands, I believe. Oh, well, I lied. I only edited the island as well, but I think this one's pretty cool. I'm still open to suggestions for, like, from Mario games, which is like a typical thing you would put on a mountain in Mario, or a swamp, or a plains. Needs to be pixel arty. Oh, he took Natural Order, and we actually fucking drew the additional Natural Order. We can't cast it yet, or maybe we actually can. It's all coming up Julian tonight. Oh god, that's so awkward. That's such an awkward thing to say. That's such an awkward. I'm pretty sure there's a way we can do it. We can Natural Order here. Get this one. Like, my gut feeling is it was either Heritage Dude or Nether Sentinel. So what if I get Nether Sentinel here? No, actually I would need to get this one. 1 mana, 2 mana, Nether Sentinel. Untap, play. 1, 2, 3-ish. Oh, a Shipwreck. That would be nice. Okay, actually, let's think about this. I can get Heritage Druid. I shouldn't get Heritage Druid. This one, tap these two to Heritage Druid, untap land. This one, 3 mana, 2 mana. Untap bounce, 1 mana, 4 mana, yeah. I think I've seen the future. Like if this was like a proper tournament, I would give this a lot more thought, but I think I have seen the future. pretty sure I've seen the future. Let's see if the future I saw is gonna be the future we're gonna live in. Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, wake up, now, Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. Actually, I'm not listening. Maybe I'm totally out of sync. Here we go! Opponent is like, dude! We're like, dude!
Battle cruiser operation.
Okay, beat this. I mean, he can beat this if he has like the shit. All his shit, all his dust. It's like, no, I altered it. It has like hanky, the Christmas shit. Christmas doodle. All his dank. That's such a Danish thing to say, all his dank. Stank. Like, I can imagine like dank or dansk being a Danish word. Miss. Oh, by the way, we have to attack for 22. No, no, don't you! This was like so cool. Just play. No, 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 no. Are you okay? Oh no, it's not monster kill. Now we can actually attack for. Maybe we'll just like suicide our creatures to make sure that Progenitus gets there in 2. I can see that. And then these two get in for 2. Yeah. All is dank. I like that. You know, they should make like a dank magic set where everything is like memes. Honestly, I think maybe in 10... Nah, maybe... At some... No. Probably not. But I was hoping that at some point in my life you would actually see like a meme magic set. Other than like Kamigawa. Like proper memes, not unintentional memes. Oh shit. Okay. Here we go. Opponent, you got one more turn to find all the stank, if you can even cast it. Like, I didn't even pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He couldn't cast it last turn, but he can cast it this turn if he has it. Dudes! Yeah, but those are like... Oh no, he actually might have it. He didn't even need to tap his Ancient Tomb for mana. Oh, maybe he wants to use Endbringer. But why would he? Oh, come on. No, I'm talking about like internet memes. Not magic memes. All the stank. Can we win this? Probably cannot. All the stank. Yeah, so get us for 9. I think there's no way we are coming back. I mean, this was pretty cool. This was a pretty cool game. Yeah, we almost. Random internet knowledge. We lost. Yeah, not so much. Random internet knowledge. This song, Bop by Hansons, they've been approached by other bands and singers about doing cover versions of this, because this is like, when it came out, it was like one of the biggest things like for half a year, and people like nowadays really would like to cover it, and they're like, yeah, sure, anybody can cover it, but you gotta get the bop part of the song correctly. Like, you gotta actually be able to sing and pronounce that properly. And thus far, everybody who's like auditioned for saying bop, they didn't get that. Like the Hansons brothers, they were like, nah, not good enough. Practice, like you're like a good singer, you got like, you can play this instrument, but you can't do the bop the way you're supposed to. So if you think you can do it, you contact Hansons at hansons.com or something, and you do the bop. Bop. You're playing against the daddy. Hello, daddy. By the way, one of the things that I'm still not very good at, despite like I think English has been a part of my life for, oh god, 25 years now, but something I'm still not very good at is like understanding where an accent is from, outside of the, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 most common accents. Like, I can tell if somebody's American or British or Australian or stuff like that, or like from places like Kenya and South African English and stuff like that. But like then local accents, like I couldn't really tell you what a guy from Montana sounds like versus a guy from, I don't know, Florida. And that's something I want to get better at. Because like I listened to who's the guy played Aspar Stoneblade and won a Legacy GP with that. Always wears like shorts and has black messy hair, and it's like a Channel Fireball guy and has like glasses. Tom some guy. Tom Martell. I heard him talk and I thought like, whoa, I've never heard somebody talk like that. And I was like, this sounds really love you kind of thing. And then somebody tells me, he's like, yeah, that's actually a pretty standard Californian accent. I was like, what? The way I imagine Californian people to be like is like these cool surfer dudes who like never work but make all the money of Hollywood and stuff. And he sounded like different. So yeah, that's where I realized that I have no idea how American accents work. What? You like have like people from Hamburg and Berlin and Bayern? They speak so, like, if you speak heavy Bavarian accent, if you speak, like, if, okay, two people meet, one of them speaks heavy Bavarian accent, or dialect, and the other guy speaks heavy Hamburg or Northern German dialect. There's a very good chance they actually can't understand what each other is saying. Unless, like, both people would be willing to make an effort, but if you just played a record of somebody speaking heavy Bavarian or heavy, like, Northern German, they literally couldn't understand each other. I mean, if you make an effort, you totally can, but, like, it's so different. Like, people from, like, I'm from Bavaria, and, like, the Bavarian accent, like, I do have it very much when I talk to my parents, and I really don't have it when I talk to pretty much anybody else. It's an okay accent to listen to, but I kind of like the Northern German accent, or dialect, because it's, like, so laid back, and it's like, I don't know. It's the one accent, like the two accents in German that actually there's three accents in dialects in German that sound a bit weird to me. Is like if you're from Berlin, actually it's not that bad. By the way, are we losing hard? Opponents down to, oh yeah, we are losing hard. We're losing really hard. If you're from Berlin, I think like dialect isn't too bad, but it sometimes sounds a bit like. I'm not gonna say anything negative, because it's actually not like that, it just sounds a bit like... I don't know. If you're, like... Then there's, like, parts in Eastern Germany that have, like, an accent that's heavily associated with being, like... also, like, Berlin. Okay, let's not go into that. And then, like... we call it Schwaben in German. What's it, like, Swabia or something? That's an accent and dialect that sounds a little bit like a child speaking. Hey, Happy New Year, Guzman Goose. Hey, Tenon! Oh, by the way, thanks, Tenon. Thanks for sending over the viewers. I totally forgot what we were playing. I think we were playing against Dredge. Tenon Grace, who has a great podcast that you should listen to together with Rudy Brixer, and I think a guy called Bro Bugermus Enraged on Magic Online. Sorry, I don't remember the name. I'm so bad with names. Like, I sometimes... No, I'm not gonna say that, because I sometimes forget, like, some names I shouldn't forget. No, I'm not talking about people close to me, but, like, the next step of, like, being close to somebody. Like, actually, that doesn't make sense. Like, okay, let's say distant relatives. Anyway. Brad Carpenter, that's the guy. Basically, you just go, like, enraged. I really should listen to your most recent episode. I actually got you on my iPod. Not on my iPod. Oh, that's like long ago. On my phone on auto downloads. Is this gonna be good enough? You know what? We're gonna roll with this. You only have 2 search checkers. It's not like worth going for it. Like, yeah, the description of your most recent episode. Like, there's a lot of topics in it that really interest me. So I'm gonna give it a listen. I think before I went to Kenya and China, I was like super podcast addicted. I was listening to everything, but now I went a little bit back into like audiobooks. Vivarikax. Whoa, 6 months. Oh, oh, now we got it. Oh, it showed up differently over here. Vivarikax. Thanks for 6 months, half a year of support. You got the sweet Phyrexian mana symbol now. If you get to 1 year, you get, well, for copyright reasons, I probably can't call it Rockman or Mega Man, so let's just call it the Headman one. So yeah, I can't believe that so many people actually have chosen to support me for 6 months. That's really amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, you did? Oh, the ones I posted on Facebook. Yeah. Oh, happy you liked it. If you ever want to come, just like hit me up and I'll hook you up with a deal for like whatever you want to do. Like I can pretty much make anything in and as well as around Kenya possible. Also, if you want to go to Uganda to watch like gorillas, like, so there's only 3 places in the world where you can actually see gorillas in the wild: Uganda, Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And like the Congo, like that's its own thing. Like the gorillas are actually in a place where there's like still like some kind of almost civil war going on, so it's like kind of hard to see. Rwanda is like super expensive. They doubled their prices 2 years ago. Uganda is expected to double their prices like probably next year, because right now in Uganda, if you want to see gorillas, like just the fee, the permit to go into the mountain rainforest where you can see in the Bivindi impenetrable rainforest where you can see them, you actually have to track them for up to 6 or 8 hours. It's over $600, and Uganda had the same. I think it was 650, and then they doubled it to over 1,300. And it's one of those things that if you can afford it, somehow you probably should do it. But yeah, it's getting more expensive every year. Anyway, yeah, that's just one of the many things you can do. She wants to go to Namibia. Namibia, you can go to Namibia. I'm never ever gonna say something bad about Namibia. Like, in general, like, I really don't like it when people, like campaign for the destination they represent by talking shit about other destinations, but you can certainly point out the differences. For example, Namibia, they have, like, these huge deserts that you can see that are really cool. They also have some pretty good wildlife. What you can see in Kenya, like, of course, you're very close to beaches. It's much cheaper, and if you're from Europe, it's also much closer. I think it's also a little closer if you're from the US. Yep. Will it seem so? Actually, doesn't probably matter. But yeah, you got the beautiful Indian Ocean beaches because it's like right on the equator. Oh, we lost, by the way. And you got the true, like the original safari experience. Like you're still like out, especially if you go to Masai Mara, you're like out in the bush. You're actually sleeping, and at night you're hearing the lions roar, and like we had some what are they called? I just can't think of the German word. Stachelschwein. Fuck, how can I not remember the English word for Stachelschwein? Anyway, basically you actually, like, you're in Kenya, and to be honest, also Tanzania, you're really out in the wilderness. That's like the original safari experience. So if you're looking for that, then like Kenya, and yes, even though they're like competitors, also Tanzania, you get the real safari experience. Porcupines, no, oh yeah, porcupines, that's the wrong one. I wasn't even looking for Stachelschwein, that's why I couldn't remember it. I'm looking for Warthog, Warzenschwein. That's why I couldn't remember it. Okay, now we're playing for the 3 and 2 Dream. 3 and 2 Dream, let's see if we can make it work. Hand is good, hand is good. So yeah, like, Safari, do Kenya. Or, honestly, you can also do Tanzania, but Kenya will work much better if you're like on a lower budget and you still want to see a lot of animals. Go to Kenya, Masai Mara, between July and October. That's like the non-plus ultra. But you will still see a lot of animals if you go like during the other times. If you want to go and go to like more like on the coast, which is a little cheaper, if you go to Sabo, the best time to go to Sabo is like right before the rainy season, which would be like February, March, and then early April, as well as like July, August, September, and early October. Because like when it's the rainy season, everything is green, there's water everywhere. But when it's the... Actually, I'm really autopiloting here, I probably shouldn't. When it's the dry season, there's only a few water holes. And all the animals are gonna gather at the water hole. and you're gonna see so many animals at the waterhole. That's crazy. And if you stay like right inside the park, for example at Satao Camp, which is the best camp in Savo East, you're gonna have the waterhole at your camp, and like you sit outside like in front of your tent. You're just like relaxing in front of your tent after like between the safari trips, because you do a game drive in the morning and in the evening, and then you see like a couple like 20 meters, 30 meters away from you. You actually see the elephants, like hundreds of elephants and zebras and lions gathering at the waterhole and drinking. And that, it's the... I can't put in words, like, I'd probably be able to put in words when I'm not streaming and more thinking carefully about it, because I'm still, like, got this mother of runes and wondering what she can do. But yeah, beaches in Kenya, yes. Beaches in Kenya, like, if you're looking for beaches as part of your extension of your safari, then you really should be coming to Kenya. Because Kenyan beaches are amazing. Like, there's basically like the North Coast beaches, which are like north of Mombasa, and the South Coast beaches, which is south of Mombasa. The South Coast beaches are like really beautiful, but a little touristy. The North Coast beaches, especially Watamu, and yes, that's where our hotel is located, but it was also like 3 years ago rated the best beach in all of Kenya, so I'm not just like saying this because it's our hotel. There's actually some... Oh, I don't have Cradle. Anyway, something behind it. Actually, what was I gonna do? It's really, really, really beautiful. You should check it out, and it's also really warm. That's the big thing about Kenya. You get bush and beach locations. I think I can kill the opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4... I should be able to attack for 19. That's usually how it works. Actually, maybe I can produce mana. 1, 2, 3... So yeah, Kenyan beaches. That's where it's at. That should be 19. I didn't do the math, but that's how technically Elves works. And now he needs to double block to stay alive. Yeah, UT, honestly, like, I was similar, and I'm still similar, like, basically... Okay, first, like, the thing about me, like, apart from, like, the really central things in life that you think about, like you know, getting a, like, raising a family and eventually, like, making that work, but more, like, on the meta level that comes before that, like, I really want to see all of the world. And I have to admit, like, I wasn't that into Africa until I took this job 6 years ago. Now it's just, like... They call it the Bacillus africanus, that like bites you and like it never lets you go, so you really always want to like go back and see Africa and everything. And there's so many things about Africa that fascinate me, and you meet so many fascinating people. For example, a friend of mine, she does, like acquaintance of mine, she does these tours where you start in Nairobi, which is like almost like on the equator, East Africa, and then you go for like 28 days. You go to, I think she might even go to, no, she goes straight to Tanzania, and then like Malawi, and I think she also goes to Mozambique. Oh no, she also goes to Botswana, and she doesn't go into sorry, I need to finish this one, otherwise I'm gonna make a mistake again. Let's take out these. It's probably wrong. Don't hate doing it like this. Okay, let's just do this. So yeah, she goes all the way down, like doing camping. You can't take 28 days off. Yeah, I guess it's more something you do between shops. But it's actually surprisingly cheap. It's only a couple $1,000s. Oh, by the way, like, where are you guys from, by the way? I really need to know. Because, like, my sponsors have asked for that, and I can look it up in... I guess I can look it up in the back end of Twitch. But yeah, today I read the... Oh, this is too many glimpses now. Today I read the statistics about arrivals in Kenya, and by far the most people that come to Kenya, are from the United States. And like, we're going to a trade fair in New York later this month, and we're really trying to make America work for us. Because now there's direct flights from New York to Nairobi by Kenyan Airlines, which hasn't existed before. And so we're really trying to get to cash in on that in a way. Oh, well, that's a perfect draw. I was about to say, if we can draw like a 1-mana creature, then we can actually natural order. So yeah, if Eastern Europe, Austria, Canada, but living in Munich, Okay, so no Americans thus far. Okay, let's do it like this. Actually, I should have attacked first for 2. That was a mistake. I was actually thinking I might glimpse, and there's still a chance that you actually really want to glimpse there. But I just want to get the
Battle cruiser operational.
Now we can still attack, I guess. So, guys, I really need to know, like, if... I don't know if in America you got the same concept we got over here, like, of a tour operator, which is like a company, like a wholesaler for basically holidays. And I don't know if there's even like a big national one. But, I mean, I can look this up and I can find information about them on the internet, but like their search engine optimization is like a thing and you never really know if actually what you see is what it is. What are the biggest companies in the United States for booking holidays? Is it like individually booked? Because, like, do you actually, like, do you go to like your local travel agent, or is the company called travel agent? Oh, you lived in Virginia? I've been to Virginia. Richmond. Yeah, like in Germany it would, for example, be TUI. Yeah, travel agents are also getting like antiquated in Germany, but right now 50% of like bookings are still made through travel agents. Oh, I should have sacrificed heritage shield. That was bad. Actually, should I attack the Sylvan Library? What if I so I attack for 16 plus 9, 25. Yeah, that should be good. They use websites now, but which websites are they using? Are they booking? I mean, Booking.com, like, for example, the thing is, if you go to Africa, especially if you're American, that's just like, there's like stereotypes about travelers, and Americans going to Africa, like, they're a little bit more on the scared side. For example, Italians, they don't really care. That's something I find quite interesting, but Italians, they really don't care. They just, like, go wherever, and they feel safe in Africa, and, like, but Americans, they are a little more scared, and, like, the flights coming up now, they are slowly getting back into it, but don't you feel like, especially when booking a safari, for example, you can't book a safari on Booking.com. I mean, there's ways to make that work, but usually you wouldn't do that. Who do you turn to? Like, if you want to book a safari, for example, and stay on a nice beach hotel, and, like, book your local transfer, do you, like, message the hotel directly? Is it not a thing that people book, like, a package deal of, like, flight, hotel, safari, local transfers? And if there's any problem, you have a single person in the United States to talk to who will fix it. Is that not a thing?